Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to talk a couple of things that are going on in the Deadrop universe, and then just a couple of things about the channel that I just kind of want to have a quick discussion on. First up, the big thing is we've got this schedule of events this week. So today's Wednesday, yesterday we had Tuesday on April 4th, Pistols Only. That event was pretty interesting. I played it, but there was two separate groups playing at that time. You had one group who was fully aware of what this event was, and then you had another group that was not aware of it at all. So those of us that were running around with pistols were getting our heads sniped off, ARs, shotguns, that sort of thing. And then, well, you could possibly say there was a third group. There was a couple people that did know about the event, but just simply did not care. Not blaming anyone. That's just kind of the hardships of that event. And you know, I did get a win from start to finish. Pistols Only. Got the dead drop. Was super stoked. It was really tense at the extract at the very end. Super excited about that. But my idiot self only recorded my mic's audio, not the game audio. So listen to how stupid this is. Haha! Revenge! Oh! Ah, he came back! We could. Woo! Let's go, man. That was tense. 7 kills. Let's go, man. Dude, and I was so excited about getting that win. After I got off, I loaded up DaVinci Resolve. I threw my gameplay in there, started listening to it, and immediately I was like, man, you're an idiot. Oh well, it is what it is. That's the highs and lows of content creation for you. So that event was very fun. That was last night. Then we've got 2 more events on Thursday. Tomorrow we've got High Kill Thursday, and then on Friday we've got Friday Night Dead Drop, Extract with a Friend. And while I think they were a little lacking on the details of the event, you may read High Kill Thursday and think it's one thing, but in fact it is entirely something else. Thankfully on Discord, thanks to Moon, we've got a little post that gives us some more details, so let's dive into that. Alright, so here you'll see a little schedule of what's going on. Here was Tuesday's event. We don't have to go over that. But Thursday, High Kill Thursday mini event. When I read that, I was thinking, oh, the person with the most kills whenever they extract, that's going to be the winner. Not the case at all. What they're actually looking for is your most epic clip from height that you get Thursday night. Regardless of the weapon, we're looking for the best vertical kill highlight clip to award the prize. So it's not about high kills necessarily. It's more so about the height. So if you're looking down, cold storage, jump off, 360, no scope somebody, I don't know, whatever, something like that. That's what they're looking for, not high in number of kills. And then we've got Friday, which is Extract with a Friend. Post your best clips of moments during Friday Night Dead Drop where you and one other team up, fight off enemies and or extract together. Moments of having each other's backs is to be shared in Friday Night Extract with a Friend. So there's your 2 events. Pretty cool events, very fun. Pistol Only was a little weird because you got some people that know what's going on, some people that don't. These 2 events on Thursday and Friday, you won't really have that kind of dynamic while you're playing, so it'll be fun to see what comes about on Thursday and Friday. And then the next thing that I want to talk about is our patch that we got yesterday. We've got Snapshot 5.1. This came out of the blue. It was totally random. In the Discord, they just announced that they were going to shut down the servers for a patch. And then there was a few hours that went by, and then that went live. Some very cool stuff in here. And again, let me remind you, we are only like 3, maybe 4 weeks. I think it's just the 3rd week into Snapshot 5. And they've already taken our feedback from Snapshot 5, and they're already pushing out these updates. But let's talk about what they added here. Anti-cheat plus exploits. Addressed reported exploits. There was a lot of hiding in walls, especially around the elevator up top of cold storage. You could get inside of those walls, and you could actually shoot at people. I experienced that a few times, which, hey, it's pre-alpha. This is the stuff that we're supposed to find, right? Added auto kick functionality for exploiting players. Removed from server immediately. So if someone is exploiting something on purpose, man, they can get automatically kicked. So that's very cool. This is probably what I'm most excited about with this patch. You know, if you've ever played FPS games, especially like Call of Duty, those sorts of things, there's something about FPS and toxicity that I just don't understand why they go together, but they do. They have implemented a player reporting system. Players can now report other players for behavior that violates the terms of service and code of conduct of the game. These reports will be used to verify and take action against player accounts, including temporary to permanent bans based on the severity of the violation. Any kind of racism, sexism, any kind of toxicity like that, they're going to boot them out depending on what they say or what they do. You're talking about anything from temporary to a permanent ban. And you know, while I haven't experienced a ton of it, especially since, you know, us founders were the original ones a part of this whole project. Now they've given out these tower keys, and you're starting to see those claws, or people who aren't founders basically come in and play the game. The player base is gonna keep growing, and you're gonna have to have this implemented and stay on top of it. I think it's gonna be impossible to catch everything, but hey, a little less toxicity in the world goes a long way. And then they made some adjustments to proximity and voice chat, added a hotkey on PC to quick disable voice chat, default map to backspace. So if you don't want to hear somebody, just hit that backspace. New speaker indicator on HUD for actively speaking player, and mute individual by selecting their speaker icon in the player list. So actually, if you hit escape on your keyboard, you'll find the player list there, and then you can tell who is talking and who's not. It'll kind of blink white when someone is speaking, and when they're not, it'll go gray. Very cool feature, especially in a pre-alpha game. And then they've got several bug fixes that they've got. We have addressed several bugs and exploits discovered and reported by our players. Thank you for your continued effort to improve and iterate on Deadrop. So as you can see, Midnight Society is hard at work. You guys, if you're familiar with my channel, you know how much I love those guys, from all the way from the game developers to the community management. I think they're top notch. They do a fantastic job, and to be as small and growing as they are, man, they're just absolutely killing it. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is just the channel's direction. You know, I'd say most of you are subbed for the Deadrop content. Trust me, that's not going away. If you've followed me for a long time, you've known that I've covered Battlefield, I've covered Halo, I've covered Call of Duty, and various different games like BattleBit, Rogue Company, that sort of thing in the last year. One of the things, if you're a content creator, you know that you must have a niche. Like, when someone thinks about your channel, they're thinking about one specific thing, not necessarily all of the variety things. One thing about me is that I've never been one to stick out a game for 4 or 5 years, you know, just that's all I play. I like to mix it up. Don't get me wrong. Now, I have, you know, a main game that I'll kind of stick to, but I enjoy all FPS games. And I think, like most gamers, we all kind of go through seasons of burnout with different games. You know, when Modern Warfare 2 first came out, I grinded for Orion, had a blast with it, but I'm gonna be honest, like, I grinded for Orion and I got it, and I just don't want to play it anymore. And Warzone 2, I think I was so burnt out from Warzone 1 that just the desire to play that is not there, and I just don't enjoy it anymore. There's nothing wrong with Call of Duty. I think those guys do a lot of great things, but this season in my life, I'm kind of burnt out on it. Battlefield, I've thoroughly enjoyed Battlefield. I'm on the other spectrum as far as Call of Duty goes. Like, Call of Duty, I've experienced so much Call of Duty burnout that I can't even touch the game these days. But with Battlefield, they've went from being zero to hero in my eyes. It's such a shame that the launch was so bad, because right now the game's in such a great state. It feels like a classic Battlefield game. And this is coming from a Battlefield vet. You know, I've played many Battlefields over the years, all the way up from high school all the way till now, which is a long time. All right, but people are so jaded from launch that they'll never give it a chance, which sucks, but it is what it is. And then there's Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's in a really weird spot to me. When it launched, it had all the potential in the world. I think the gameplay is fantastic at its core, but the content's not there. They're not pushing out updates fast enough. You know, we went through 2 seasons that were 6 months long. That to me is crazy. That is so long. Where is Infection? You know, where's this Tatanka mode, this battle royale that's supposed to, you know, be be so different and revolutionary. None of this stuff is coming out, so like while I do like Halo Infinite, the content's not there, so I don't really have a desire to play it. So when you think about those franchises, Halo, Battlefield, Call of Duty, plus Deadrop, those are kind of the 4 games that in the past year or so, 2 years maybe, that I've kind of switched between. I've kind of enjoyed seasons of them all at different times, mostly Deadrop, and that's always going to be the main center of this channel, but I've kind of enjoyed those other AAA shooters out there. And after thinking about all this stuff over the past couple of days, you know, I don't really have a niche on my channel. You know, when you think about Joker, what do you think about? I know some people are my subs and they'll say, oh, it's the Deadrop content. Well, some people might say, oh, it's the Battlefield content. Unfortunately, I'm thinking that I've got to put my foot down and plant and go one side or the other. I haven't made that decision yet on whether I want to do that or keep going with, you know, a lot of Battlefield content and Deadrop. It's just difficult in the content creation world because you've got to have a niche, and the algorithm really likes that you have a niche. And when you think about Battlefield and Deadrop, you've got this AAA FPS arena big team shooter mixed with a up-and-coming vertical extraction shooter. You know, maybe if I was playing Tarkov or the Cycle and Deadrop together, I think I could make that work. But it's almost like I've got 2 different communities sub to my channel, and it's weird because I'm trying to appease you both. My heart is with both games. I really enjoy both games, but I'm just not so sure in the future that I can keep going with the Battlefield content. One thing's for sure, I will always be a Deadrop content creator. As a founder, I think it's a huge honor. The odds of me getting this opportunity were extremely low, but as far as, you know, appeasing this Battlefield crowd and this Deadrop crowd, I just don't know. I may keep going with both, but eventually you may see that kind of squeeze down to just Deadrop content. And I'm so sorry if you're a Battlefield fan and you're sub to my channel because of Battlefield. I love the game and I love you being here. I'm not saying that it's going to go away just yet, but just know that I'm thinking about it. I hope you'll stick around for Deadrop. It's a fun game. And then one really quick thing that I'm thinking about doing is mixing in some in real life stuff. You know, just a couple of videos back, I did a video where I talked about my experience out in Arlington, Texas, at the Deadrop Snapshot 5 reveal event. And I pretty much just poured a drink and had a conversation with you guys. I would like to do more stuff like that, you know, even get outside of the house and do some stuff and mix it in with some gaming stuff. I think there's a niche for that. I don't know, I may be completely wrong. Do we touch grass as gamers? I don't know. But just know that I'm thinking about the channel and the future and what that's going to look like. I'm always trying to mix it up, keep things fresh, keep you guys entertained. But hey, if you enjoy the content, if you want to see more, if you have any ideas about content, you know, in real life stuff, Battlefield stuff, if you want to see more of that, you're saying, no, dude, don't give up on that, let me know in the comments, because I need help from you guys. I know I've got a lot of guys in here from the Deadrop community, and I love each one of you guys. That content's not going to stop. That's the main goal of this channel. But ideas on other stuff, or if I should just give it all up and go all in on Deadrop, I would appreciate it. But anyway, I digress. I appreciate you checking out the channel, checking out the video, and hey, I will see you on the next one.